Russell Westbrook has been on an absolute heater
Oh man,
recently.
yeah.
I'm just going to run you through some games here. April 26th against the Spurs, 22, 13, and 14. Lakers, 18, 18, and 14. Cavaliers, 15, 12, and 11. Mavericks, 42, 10, and 9. Pacers on May 3rd, 14, 21, and 24 assists. And today, in 22 minutes so far against the Milwaukee Bucks, he has 11, 6, and 11 assists.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
what a stretch recently for the Wizards point guard. First of all, still weird to say that Westbrook's on the Wizards, in my opinion, but just I feel like this is a player who is the cause of a lot of fascinating NBA discussion. Whether it's productive or not, it depends on the conversation itself. But I think there's a lot of debate that's been sparked by Russell Westbrook, how he plays, how his career has gone, the stats he accrues rather, and the lack of championships in his closet. Like you cannot deny the greatness, you cannot deny the lack of winning. So it's tough. But Westbrook, man, this is this. He's on the Wizards and he's just running that team right now. To me, I think I was right to not want him on the Knicks this season. However, I think I was wrong in the extent to which I thought he was washed. He's proven me wrong with his play over this stretch. He's totally still got it.
He absolutely still has it. He's one of the most physically gifted guards I think we've seen in our lifetime. The combination of his natural strength, his speed, the way he can move laterally, his vision is really good, and the energy he plays with. He never runs out of energy. That's just the thing with him. He will never run out of energy. But he's also a weird player because without Kevin Durant, he doesn't exactly look so good. And having such a great player in Oklahoma City, you know, you lose some of that integrity of who you really are. And people say he's a top 5 point guard because of statistically, I understand that argument. I'm not going to,
Top five. Well, hold on. Can I ask if that's all time or now?
they think all, well, I don't think it, but people think like all time. And I tell them pump the brakes for a second. Cause yeah,
Oh,
there's definitely a discussion to be had there, which I want to have
oh,
very quickly.
he deserves it with the triple doubles are no joke.
No, they're
However,
not.
I think that with how much winning has mattered to fans and
It's a hard spot to put him in because I'm a very critical Russell Westbrook person because of how frustrating it is to watch sometimes. Even though it's a lot of fun, but man, does he does a lot of weird things on that basketball court. And statistically, I have to give it to you because I don't. Oscar Robertson did it for one season with the triple doubles. This guy did it for three. Okay, and I don't know if we're ever going to see that again. We may when there's cyborgs playing in the NBA. So if you want to watch iRobot and Terminator 2 and figure out how to get cyborgs in the NBA, it's on you. You can call Will Smith, get him in shape, throw him in there. But to put him ahead of Magic, Steph, Zeke, the original Isaiah Thomas, by the way, who has a finals MVP, might I add, John Stockton, those are definitely the hard ones to throw him in with. Oscar, I don't know if he's better than him really yet. You could make the, I'm not sold on it. Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, I don't think he's
I just
better than
have to
them.
say the name Clyde Frazier out of
Clyde
respect.
Frazier, the greatest color man of all time in television history, which all hail the
He
king.
he color commentating is in that guy's
Not
DNA,
only
man.
is his great color commentating, he has colorful suits. Colorful suits. Give him
A
that.
plus daily.
A plus. But it's hard to put Westbrook against Kidd and Nash because they had an impact that went beyond the numbers. Chris Paul, you can say the same thing. Now I think where you do put him, Jerry West, because of just the physical talent. Gary Payton is another argument you can make with him.
Yep.
Clyde, Bob Cousy, Allen Iverson. So that's kind of where he is. Now, is he top 10 for me? No. And reason why I don't put him top 10 is because he hasn't done enough individual winning, and I know he had Harden and Durant. He had the Paul George Mello thing, and Now he's got Beal, but that's record-wise not exactly working out how you would think it would be. But they're also in two very different stages of their careers. But I'm not ready to put him over Peyton because Peyton was the lead on a team and he led them to multiple number one seeds with the Sonics in the 90s. It was, I think, 5 consecutive runs with Sean Kemp, Vince Askew, Detlef Schrempf, Hershey Hawkins. I mean, these Sonics teams were really good. They pushed Michael Jordan to 6 games in 96.
They did.
And that was the greatest team of all time. And I mean, we weren't alive for that, but we know that's the greatest team of all time. Russell Westbrook mentally collapsed versus Golden State in 2016. And then he wins the MVP the following season, can't beat the Rockets, who were terrible. That was, I thought, the worst playoff and MVP race of all time. 2018, he gets sent home by Donovan Mitchell as a rookie. 2019.
Yeah, that was really rough.
2019, I think, that's it, man. Yeah, goodbye. Yeah, literally, goodbye. It's hard because the lack of winning is just, it's so glaring and so egregious in the minds of a fan.
Right.
However, it's a tough spot to put him in. It really is.
I'll make the counter before we wrap up this segment, and that's that a lot of times in sports, fans overrate how important winning is to some of the people involved, and there are organizations out there who, whether it be for financial reasons or whatever, like their goal is to put a good product out on the floor. They're not concerned with contention. They just need to sell tickets, and they need a good product. Doesn't need to be great, just can't be bad. Russell Westbrook's going to guarantee you that, and that has to mean something, that he's going to guarantee that your team can compete. Much respect to him for the stats he's putting up. A little bit of an apology for myself here for writing him off a bit too early. Thought he was cooked. He is not